Hi Charl, Mathew, Sven here at Harris Chain of Lake down in Orlando. Having a great day. Jacob's with me, he's from LOWRANCE. He's been showing me the fancy HDS 12 Gen 3 units and how to use them properly. There they are. And so I've been learning a lot. Charl, it's easier, but it's as intricate as the FMS system on your A340 Airbus that you're a captain of. But anyway, Mathew, how to you, mate. I'm just going to show you how to do a basic Texas rig setup from the bobber stopper through to the hooks. Okay, so here we go. What we need is a pair of scissors always, the bobber stopper. There's one bobber stopper left on this one, it's normally full of them. A hook, sinker. I use tungsten sinkers. They're smaller and better than lead sinkers, right? And then in this case, this is just a worm that we're going to use to put it on. Okay, buddy, so first of all, we're going to just put on the bobber stopper. Feed the line through the little loop there. Grab the actual stopper like that, so you're holding that stopper, leave the line, and just pull that whole wire contraption through. Boom. So there's your bobber stopper is on your line. Just slide it up, give yourself some space. Then your Texas sinker goes on through the line, and so you got that set up so far. Now we're going to do the hook. And just on this note, there's basically 3 different types of line. This is fluorocarbon. The fish can't see it. It's a good line, but there's certain applications you use it for. Then you get monofilament, and then you get braided line. There's different types of knots you tie for each line. That's very important. In this case, with the fluorocarbon, I'm going to show you the knot I use. It's a Gary Klein knot. I'm sure that's the name of it. But I'll show you how it operates. So you just pull the line through, make a loop. Okay, so you've just pulled the line through your hook like that. Then with these 2 little fingers, you just grab the tag end. So you've basically got a loop, right? You roll that loop over the main line 4 times. Okay, there we go. So that's the 4th time. So there's your loop again. You've just wound it around. Here's your tag end. You pull it through that loop. Okay, and this is a critical part. You cinch it a little bit. Don't pull it tight now. Always wet the line if you're pulling a knot tight, right? Then basically, once you've done that, you just pull that whole lot down, and you should hear a clicking sound like that when it's done properly. Okay, so then you just cut this tag end off like such, and now it's the important part, putting the worm on. Very important. You always, with a worm, you always want the tail pointing down, never up, but always down. Okay, right? So in this case, like that, it must be going through the water like that. Also very important, worms must always lie on the hook straight. Those are 2 very important things. So now here's your hook. Hold the hook facing the tip down. Okay, now you want that tail, remember, to be down. So on the down side, you hold it as such, and then push about ½ an inch, about half a fingernail, but you just push the tip through, so you've got it like that. Now this is very important, because this goes about how this tail is going to sit penultimately on the end of the worm, facing down when you pull it through the water. So now you add a bit of spit so it slides on lacquer, and then push it over. Whilst you're pushing the worm up, just roll it around. Okay, so now basically it is sitting like that. Okay, and now here's the trick part. You line up that where you want that hook to go into the worm, so in other words, it's over there. What I do is I just hold the worm right there where the hook's in line, if you can see that. Push it through, straight through. Okay, now you've got something like that. Now, another important part. Pull that back down. Let's turn it around. And then what you want to do is you just want to put, we call this skin hooking. So here's your hook through. You just push the plastic forward a little bit, and then just skin hook it in. So now you can see that you can't see, you can actually run your hand over here. You're not going to get stuck. Okay, and look at this. This worm is straight as damn it. And look at that, the tail is pointing down. So if you're pulling it through the water, it's going to wobble through the water like that. Very important. Okay, so here we go. Now I'm just going to invert the section. There's the sinker back down, bobber stopper, push down. Now that sinker can glide freely. If this worm's lying in the bottom, it can swivel and be sitting up like this. That's why I push that bobber stopper a little bit forward. What you can also do, we actually call that a mojo rig in South Africa if you're in the tackle shop. You can put another bobber stopper behind that sinker. What that means is you can slide that whole lot up like that, and then you've got another bobber stopper behind, and then this worm glides freely behind. So what I suggest is when you're fishing, start off something like this with a Texas rig, bobber stopper slightly above, and if the fish aren't biting, cut the line and put another bobber stopper behind, and you've got a mini, what they call a Carolina rig. Buddy, that's I reckon is good enough of an instruction. Charl, I hope I was good enough an instruction as what you did for me when I was a pupil pilot there. But Matthew, do that and you'll catch some fish, and get hold of me on WhatsApp anytime you want, pal, and I'll answer any of your questions more. Have a good day, guys.